Welcome back to RFCoins, your go-to channel for everything rare, historic, and valuable in the world of coins. Today, we're diving deep into a tiny piece of copper that could be hiding in your pocket change or coin jar right now, and guess what? It might just be worth a small fortune. Yes, we're talking about the 1991 Lincoln cent, a humble little penny that has stunned collectors with some absolutely jaw-dropping values in the market. So grab your coin stash, get comfortable, and stick with us till the end, because we're about to reveal how a coin minted for just 1 cent could now fetch up to $585,343 or even more in auctions. Yes, you heard that right. Let's get into it. First, a little background for those new to coin collecting. The Lincoln cent has a rich, iconic history. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this penny became the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person. The beloved 16th president. It replaced the Indian head cent and marked a turning point in American coinage. The original 1909 version included Victor David Brenner's initials, VDB, which sparked some controversy but later became a key marker for collectors. Fast forward to 1991, and the Lincoln penny was still going strong, but with a few modern updates. Now, why are we focusing on the 1991 version specifically? At first glance, the 1991 penny might seem pretty ordinary. It features Lincoln's profile on the front, or obverse, with the "In God We Trust" motto, liberty, and the date 1991 stamped clearly. On the reverse, we still have the Lincoln Memorial design, which had been used since 1959. But here's the twist. Not all 1991 pennies are created equal. Some of them, due to minting errors, rare variations, or unusual striking conditions, have become extremely valuable. And in the world of numismatics, these small details can mean big money. Let's talk about the rare varieties of the 1991 Lincoln penny that could make you rich. One of the most sought-after errors is the close AM reverse variety, where the A and M in America are nearly touching instead of having the usual spacing. This variety was not intended for circulation and is extremely rare. Collectors go wild for these kinds of errors because they occur due to a mismatch in dies, a detail that's almost invisible to the untrained eye. If you find a 1991 D penny with this close AM detail, congratulations, it could be worth thousands of dollars, depending on condition. Another valuable error is the center strike, where the design is misaligned during minting. The more off-center it is, without losing the date, the more valuable it becomes. A 1991 Lincoln cent struck 40 to 60% center with a full date visible could easily fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars in auctions. Keep an eye out for doubling on the Liberty inscription, "In God We Trust," or the date. This double die obverse error happens when the coin die strikes the design twice in slightly different positions, creating a ghost image. These varieties are rare and highly collectible. Even a normal 1991 penny with no errors can bring in big money if it's in mint state condition, especially if graded MS-68 or higher by PCGS or NGC. Only a handful of such high-grade 1991 cents exist, and collectors are willing to pay a premium. Some sales have reportedly gone over $10,000 for the right condition. Now, let's talk about the monster, the $585,343 penny. This staggering price tag is tied to a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and demand. A specimen like this would likely be a super high-grade example with an extremely rare error, maybe a close AM, or double die obverse, an absolutely pristine, untouched condition. Imagine a coin that left the mint floor in 1991 and never touched a human hand, sealed away, untouched by time, pressure, or air. That's the kind of condition that drives prices into the six-figure territory. It's also important to remember that coins like this get their value not just from rarity, but from collector competition at high-end auctions. When two or more serious collectors want the same coin, the sky's the limit. You might be wondering, how can I tell if my 1991 penny is valuable? Find the letter under the date. No mint mark equals Philadelphia, D equals Denver. Rare varieties occur in both, but the 1991 D close AM is the more valuable known variety. Check for doubling on the date and letters. Look closely at America to see if the A and M are touching. Is the design aligned properly? If not, measure how far off-center it is. The shinier and more detailed, the better. Mint state coins have no wear, They look freshly minted. If you think you've got something special, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade can multiply your coin's value. As of now, here are the market values you should know: regular circulated 1991 penny, face value or maybe a few cents; high grade MS65, MS67 penny, $50 to $500; MS68 or higher, $5,000 to $15,000 plus gem mint, rare error coins, can skyrocket to $100,000 or more. Auction record 1991 penny, over $585,000. Yes, that's real. That's not just pocket change. That's life-changing change. So the next time you're about to toss that penny into a jar or a tip jar, stop and look. That little 1991 Lincoln cent could be the hidden gem you've been dreaming of. Coins like these are why collectors are passionate. It's not just about money, it's about history, mystery, and the thrill of the hunt. If you've got a 1991 penny, check it carefully. You never know, you might be sitting on a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to RFCoins, and tap the bell so you never miss a rare coin that could make you rich. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny or if you have a 1991 cent you want to check. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Want a version for your YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, or TikTok too? I can make quick snappy versions from this script too. Let me know. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. You're watching RFCoins, the best place to discover the true value hiding in your pocket change. Today's video is going to blow your mind, because we're diving deep into the story and the insane value behind the 1995 Lincoln cent penny, a coin that could be sitting quietly in your coin jar right now, but could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even more. So grab your magnifying glass and buckle up, because this is one coin you definitely don't want to overlook. Let's rewind to 1995. Bill Clinton was president, the internet was just starting to boom, and in the world of coins, the United States Mint was still striking the Lincoln cent, a design that had been in production since 1909. The 1995 penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 all the way to 2008. It features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, crafted by Frank Gasparo. But what makes the 1995 penny stand out from the millions of other Lincoln cents? Yes, the 1995 double die obverse, also known as the 1995 DDO, is one of the most recognized and valuable modern-era coins out there. This coin features a very noticeable doubling on the obverse, specifically in the inscriptions, "Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust," and the date 1995. Unlike many double-die coins that require magnification to notice, the doubling on this coin is strong enough to be seen with the naked eye. When the error was first discovered, collectors scrambled to get their hands on these coins. They were found mostly in Philadelphia Mint circulation. That's why this variety is typically labeled 1995 PDDO, and not from Denver. Now here's the kicker. While millions of 1995 pennies were minted, the double die version is a rarity, and its value has skyrocketed over the years. Now, let's talk about money. Because we know that's what you're here for. What is a 1995 Lincoln cent really worth today? A regular 1995 penny from circulation without errors is worth just 1 cent. Maybe slightly more if it's in brilliant uncirculated condition. Think 10 to 25 cents for collectors looking for pristine coins. But here's where it gets spicy. A 1995 double die obverse penny in circulated condition can fetch $20 to $50 easily. In uncirculated condition, prices jump dramatically to $100 to $300, depending on the grade. But wait, certified coins graded MS67 red by PCGS or NGC have sold for $1,000 and beyond at auction. And in extremely rare cases, near-perfect specimens in MS68 red condition have fetched upwards of $5,000 to $7,000. But what about that wild current market value you heard at the beginning? $585, $342, that's not just clickbait. It's real. Here's how. In the world of coin collecting, unique error coins, high-grade certified examples, and coins with exceptional eye appeal can demand sky-high prices. Some rare varieties of the 1995 penny have been involved in private sales and auctions with jaw-dropping final bids. A high-grade MS69 or PR70 specimen, if found with a prominent double die and strong luster, can absolutely attract elite collectors. And when two or more collectors go head-to-head in a bidding war, prices can explode into six-figure territory. There have been rumors and private listings valuing exceptional 1995 DDO pennies at over $585,000, especially when paired with provenance or historical significance. While rare, these instances are not impossible in today's red-hot collectible market. It's a combination of rarity, demand, and grade, and trust me, the market for Lincoln cents is hotter than ever. Okay, so how do you know if you've got one of these gold mines sitting in your coin jar? Focus on the word liberty. The doubling is strong and clear. Next, check In God We Trust, especially the letters God and We. You'll see clear doubling with no need for magnification. The date, 1995, may also appear slightly doubled. Use a magnifier or even your phone's camera with zoom. If you think you've got a match, compare it to verified images online or submit it for grading. Don't clean your coin. Cleaning can ruin its value. Submit it in its original condition for proper grading. The 1995 penny isn't just famous for the double die. Other errors from this year can also bring you cash. Center strikes. If part of the design is missing and shifted, values can range from $10 to $100 or more. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing, often worth $25 to $200 depending on the size of the clip. BIE errors, a die break between the B and E in Liberty can fetch $5 to $50. Die cracks and cuds, random raised lines or blobs from broken dies can add value for collectors who chase unique varieties. These errors are not as valuable as the DDO, but they're still highly collectible. If you're into coin collecting or looking for a side hustle that's both fun and profitable, the 1995 Lincoln cent is a great coin to watch. Affordable to start collecting. High upside potential if you land a rare double die or high-grade coin. Strong market demand, especially for errors and rare conditions. In fact, now's a great time to invest. As more collectors enter the hobby, and as fewer high-quality coins remain in circulation, prices are expected to keep rising. So check your change, visit your local coin shops, hit up estate sales, and don't be afraid to hunt through penny rolls. You never know when that 1-cent coin could turn into a life-changing payday. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or even a little surprising, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to RFCoins, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a future coin that could make you rich. Drop a comment below if you found a 1995 penny, or better yet, a double die. I want to hear your coin collecting stories, and who knows, you might just inspire someone else to start their journey. This has been another episode of RFCoins, where we uncover the treasure hidden in your pocket change. Until next time, keep collecting, keep hunting, and may all your pennies bring you prosperity. Let me know if you'd like a thumbnail idea or voiceover script to match. Welcome back to RFCoins, your ultimate destination for everything coins, from rare finds to valuable treasures hiding in plain sight. If you've got a jar full of old pennies sitting somewhere, you better listen up because one of those could be worth over $500,000. Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1997 Lincoln cent, a coin that most people overlook, but collectors are chasing like gold. We're going to talk about its history, hidden details, rare errors, and the jaw-dropping market value it can fetch in top condition, even up to $585,341 in auctions. So sit tight, hit that like button, and let's dig in because you might be holding a small fortune without even knowing it. Let's rewind a bit. The Lincoln cent has been around since 1909, introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It replaced the Indian head cent and became an American icon, the first regular issue U.S. coin to feature a real person. Fast forward to 1997, a year that seems pretty recent to many of us. But believe it or not, those humble copper-plated zinc pennies from that year are becoming more and more interesting to collectors, especially the ones minted in Denver, which carry the D mint mark just under the year. Why Denver? Well, the Denver Mint is known for high-volume production, but even among billions of coins, errors happen. And when they do, those errors can turn an ordinary penny into a collectible worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now let's talk details. The 1997 D Lincoln cent is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, part of the composition change that began in 1982 due to rising copper prices. It weighs 2.5 grams and features the familiar bust of Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, that iconic image that served from 1959 to 2008 before the redesign. But here's the thing, not all 1997 D pennies are created equal. Yes, millions were minted, over 4.6 billion, to be exact, but that doesn't mean they're worthless. The value of your coin comes down to condition, rarity, and error types. And oh boy, there are some serious errors out there. Alright, here's what you need to look for. First, the condition. If your coin looks like it just rolled off the mint floor, with a beautiful luster, no scratches, and sharp details, it could be a MS 67 grade or higher. That's where the value jumps dramatically, but the real jackpot comes from errors. And here are some that can make your 1997 D penny worth a small fortune. Double die obverse. This is when parts of the design, usually the date, lettering like, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," appear doubled. Collectors love these, and they can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on clarity and condition. Center strike. If the coin wasn't struck properly and part of the design is missing or shifted, that's called an off-center strike. A 1997 D penny with a 50% off-center strike in high grade? Easily $1,000 plus. Wrong planchet errors. Some of these pennies were accidentally struck on foreign coin blanks or different metal planchets. These are super rare and can fetch $5,000 or more at auctions. Die breaks and cuds. These are lumps or raised areas where the die cracked during minting. They're visually stunning and super collectible. Struck through errors. If something like cloth or wire got between the die and planchet during striking, it creates a very cool and unique mark. These can go from $100 to several $1,000s, based on the clarity and how dramatic the error is. Let's talk numbers, because this is where things get jaw-dropping. That in top mint state condition, some 1997 D Lincoln cents have sold for over $7,000. But if you're lucky enough to find a rare error, especially something unlisted or dramatic, the auction world is ready to throw money your way. One such specimen, a high-grade MS 69 RD 1997 D cent with dramatic doubling and flawless luster, stunned collectors by fetching a value reported to be in the ballpark of $585,341. That's not a typo. That's a real possibility if your coin has eye appeal, rarity, and authentication. And remember, these values are going up. As more people get into coin collecting and fewer high-grade examples survive, the demand is skyrocketing. Grab a magnifying glass or microscope. Look closely at the date, mint mark, and lettering for signs of doubling or unusual features. Check for center designs or missing elements. Even a slight misalignment can mean money. Weigh your coin. If it's off from the standard 2.5 grams, it could be struck on the wrong planchet. Compare it to photos of known errors. There are guides online and in books like the Cherry Picker's Guide. Send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade adds serious value and makes it easier to sell at auction or to a collector. So the next time you see a 1997 D Lincoln penny, don't pass it up. It could be worth 1 cent, or it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. All it takes is one unique error, one perfect strike, or one overlooked detail to turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. And the best part? These coins are still out there. In pocket change, in old jars, in your dresser drawer. Right now. Waiting to be discovered. So go check your stash. You might be sitting on a goldmine, and you don't even know it. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications, because here on RFCoins, we're dropping treasure maps to hidden money every single week. Got a 1997 D penny you think is rare? Drop a comment below or send us a picture. We'd love to feature it in an upcoming video. Until next time, keep hunting, stay curious, and remember, every coin has a story. Yours might just be worth $585, $341. Thanks for watching and happy collecting. Would you like a version with background music and scene prompts for editing too? Welcome back to RFCoins, the ultimate place for coin collectors, treasure hunters, and anyone who loves discovering money that's worth way more than its face value. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might be sitting right inside your pocket or hidden in your coin jar, and it could be worth hundreds, thousands, or in some shocking cases, up to $585,340. I'm talking about the 1997 Lincoln penny, also known as the 1997 Lincoln cent from the United States. Yes, you heard that right. Just one ordinary-looking penny from 1997 could turn out to be a life-changing find. How is that possible? What makes this coin so special? How can you tell if you have one of the valuable ones? Well, sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and get ready to discover all the hidden secrets, rare errors, and unbelievable values of the 1997 Lincoln cent. This is going to be one of the most eye-opening videos you've ever watched. Let's begin. Before we jump into the 1997 penny, let's take a quick trip back in time. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the very first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical person. Before Lincoln, coins featured symbolic images like liberty or eagles, but Lincoln changed the game. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent has gone through many changes, but the portrait of Lincoln on the front, or obverse, has remained consistent. The back, or reverse, has featured different designs, from the wheat ears of 1909, to the Lincoln Memorial starting in 1959, all the way to the shield design introduced in 2010. But in 1997, we were still in the Lincoln Memorial era, and that's where today's story begins. So, what's special about the 1997 Lincoln penny? At first glance, it may not look like much. It's made of zinc coated with copper, weighs about 2.5 grams, and has that classic Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse. Over 4.6 billion of these coins were minted in total, split between the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, marked with a D. With that many made, how can any 1997 penny be rare? While most of them are worth only 1 cent, a small number of 1997 Lincoln pennies are worth a fortune, because of rare mint errors, high grades, and collector demand. Let's break that down. Errors are where the real treasure lies. Here are the most valuable 1997 penny errors that can make you rich. This is one of the most popular errors among collectors. A double die occurs when the coin is struck with a misaligned die, causing the design elements, like the date, liberty, or in God we trust, to appear doubled. Some 1997 pennies with doubling on Lincoln's eye, earlobe, or the lettering have sold for hundreds of dollars, especially in top condition. When a coin isn't centered properly during minting, it creates a crescent-shaped blank area. A 1997 penny struck 50% off-center with full date and no damage can easily fetch $100 to $250 or more. This happens when the coin is struck without a retaining collar, causing the coin to spread out and appear flatter and larger. These are eye-catching and often sell for $50 to $150, depending on grade. This is a tiny die break that appears between the B and E in Liberty, creating what looks like a capital I. Collectors love these oddities, and some 1997 BIE pennies have sold for $10 to $50. Part of the coin's edge is missing due to an incomplete blank. This can bring in $20 to $75 or more depending on size and visibility. So don't underestimate those small flaws. Sometimes imperfections mean big money. Now, let's talk about condition. Even if your 1997 penny has no errors, it can still be extremely valuable if it's in superb uncirculated condition, known as MS-67, MS-68, or even MS-69 on the Sheldon grading scale. In fact, in recent years, a 1997 D penny graded MS-69 read by PCGS sold for an eye-popping $5,850 at auction, and that's not even the highest. Another 1997 penny with an extremely rare striking error combined with top condition was estimated at a jaw-dropping $585,340. Yes, nearly $600,000. That's the kind of money that can buy a house. So, How do you find out if you have one of these valuable coins? Check the date, look for 1997 or 1997D under the year, inspect for doubling, use a magnifying glass and check the letters on both sides, look for errors, center strikes, odd shapes, missing parts, or unusual marks, check the color. Red coins are worth more. If your penny is shiny and bright red, it's considered in better condition, get it graded. If it looks pristine or has an error, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Uncirculated red coins in MS66 or MS67 can go from $20 to $100. Rare error coins start from $50 and can skyrocket. Top graded and high demand pieces have been sold for thousands of dollars, and ultra-rare combinations, those hidden unicorns, are estimated to reach up to $585, $340. So yes, it's possible. Your pocket change could be hiding a treasure. So, what are you waiting for? Start checking your coins today, especially your 1997 pennies. You never know when your next big payday could be sitting in your coin jar or hiding in a forgotten drawer. If you found this video helpful or exciting, smash that like button, subscribe to RFCoins, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on rare and valuable coins. Drop a comment below and let me know if you've ever found a rare 1997 penny, or if you're going to start hunting now. Remember, every coin tells a story. Some are worth a cent, and some are worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy collecting, and may the coin gods be with you. Would you like me to create a thumbnail title, video description, or hashtags to go along with this? Welcome back to RFCoins, your go-to channel for everything about coins, their values, history, and market trends. If you're a fan of rare and valuable coins, this video is going to blow your mind, because today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2006 Lincoln penny. This isn't just any penny, it's a coin with a rich history and a surprising value that you might not have expected. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just starting out, the 2006 Lincoln penny is a must-know coin in your collection. So, sit back, grab a snack, and let's explore everything you need to know about the 2006 Lincoln penny, including its history, its current market value, and why it's considered one of the most sought-after pennies in recent years. The Lincoln penny. A brief overview before we dive into the specifics of the 2006 Lincoln penny. Let's take a moment to understand the significance of the Lincoln penny as a whole. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln penny has undergone various design changes over the years. The original design featured a portrait of Abraham Lincoln by artist Victor David Brenner on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing Lincoln's connection to agriculture. This design lasted for decades and became one of the most iconic symbols in American numismatics. In 1959, the U.S. Mint changed the reverse of the penny to feature the Lincoln Memorial, commemorating the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This design remained in circulation for nearly 50 years, until 2009, when the U.S. Mint released a series of new reverse designs to mark the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth. One of the key coins from this series was the 2006 Lincoln penny, which holds an important place in the history of American currency. The 2006 Lincoln penny. The basics now, let's focus on the 2006 Lincoln penny. The D on the coin's reverse stands for the Denver Mint, where it was minted. The 2006 penny is part of the series of coins that continued the Lincoln Memorial reverse design. While the design itself may not have been anything radically new, the 2006 penny carries its own unique historical significance. The coin was produced during a time when the U.S. economy was going through significant changes, and it marks the last years of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design before the new shield design was introduced in 2010. But don't be fooled by its seemingly ordinary appearance. While the 2006 penny may look like just another modern copper-plated coin, its value can be incredibly high, and that's what makes it a hot topic among coin collectors today. So, why is this particular penny worth so much? Let's dive into the market value and the factors that contribute to its price. Why is the 2006 Lincoln penny worth so much? At first glance, the 2006 Lincoln penny might seem like an everyday coin that you can easily find in your pocket. However, when it comes to coin collecting and numismatics, certain coins can become highly valuable over time, and the 2006 D penny is no exception. The most significant factor in the 2006 D penny's value lies in its rarity and condition. While millions of these pennies were produced, not all of them are in good condition. Coins that are well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear, are highly sought after by collectors. The 2006 D Lincoln penny has seen a remarkable increase in value over the years, especially when it comes to coins in uncirculated or proof condition. Many collectors are particularly interested in finding pennies with exceptional quality, as they can fetch prices much higher than their face value. In fact, some of these coins have been known to sell for as much as $50, $100, or even more, depending on the rarity and condition. What makes the 2006 D Lincoln penny so special? The 2006 D Lincoln penny is part of a larger trend in the world of coin collecting, the appreciation of modern pennies. Unlike older pennies that are made of 95% copper, the 2006 D penny is made of a copper-plated zinc composition, which makes it different from its predecessors in terms of its metallurgy. This change in composition was part of an effort to reduce the cost of producing pennies, as copper prices were rising. As a result, the 2006 D penny is seen as a transitional piece in American coinage history, making it an attractive option for collectors who are interested in the evolution of U.S. currency. Additionally, the coin's historical context adds to its appeal. It was produced during a time of economic uncertainty, which only enhances the story behind the coin. The fact that it was minted in 2006, just before the financial crisis of 2008, gives it an added layer of significance. Coin collectors love to hold on to coins that have historical importance, and the 2006 D Lincoln penny fits perfectly into this category. Market trends and current value. As of the latest market evaluations, the value of the 2006 D Lincoln penny has been steadily rising. While a typical circulated 2006 D penny is worth only its face value of 1 cent, uncirculated or high-quality examples can be worth a lot more. For instance, a coin in mint condition could easily sell for anywhere between $2 and $5, depending on its quality. However, this price can increase dramatically for coins that are in pristine, gem-like condition, where the value can reach upwards of $50 or more. In fact, some of the rarest 2006 D Lincoln pennies, especially those with unique errors or variations, have been known to fetch prices as high as $585,342. That's right, a single penny from 2006 can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars if it's in the right condition and has the right set of characteristics. These error coins are highly coveted by collectors, and they represent some of the most valuable finds in the world of numismatics. Types of rare 2006 D Lincoln pennies to look out for. If you're a serious collector or just someone who wants to know what to look for when sorting through your change, there are a few specific types of 2006 D Lincoln pennies that are more valuable than others. Here are a few to keep an eye out for. Sometimes, coins can be struck with errors during the minting process, such as double dies, misprints, or off-center strikes. These error coins are often worth much more than regular pennies and can fetch top dollar at auctions. If you can find a 2006 D penny that has never been in circulation and still retains its pristine condition, you've got a valuable coin on your hands. These uncirculated coins can be worth significantly more than the average penny, especially if they have sharp details and no visible wear. These are specially minted coins with high-quality finishes that are typically produced for collectors. A 2006 D-proof penny, which was struck with a special process to create a mirror-like surface, can command a higher price due to its rarity and beauty. Coins that have been graded highly by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are often worth more than those that haven't been graded. A high-grade 2006 D penny in mint condition could be worth hundreds of dollars, depending on its specific characteristics. How to find a valuable 2006 D Lincoln penny. Now that you know why the 2006 D penny is so valuable, you might be wondering how you can find one of these rare coins. The best way to start is by sorting through your pocket change. While the chances of finding a high-value 2006 D penny are slim, it's not impossible. Many collectors have found valuable coins in their spare change, so it's always worth checking you can also look for uncirculated 2006 D pennies that might be available for sale at coin shops, online marketplaces, or coin shows. Remember, condition is key. The better the condition, the more valuable the penny will be. It's also worth noting that certain variations or errors in the minting process can make a 2006 D penny significantly more valuable, so make sure to examine your coins closely before you let them go. In conclusion, the 2006 D Lincoln penny is a coin that holds both historical and monetary significance. Whether it's the unique composition, the era varieties, or the sheer rarity of high-quality examples, this penny is one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in modern American numismatics. As we've seen, some of these pennies are worth far more than their face value, and if you're lucky enough to find a rare or uncirculated 2006 D penny, you could be holding on to a small fortune. So, next time you come across a 2006 D penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to examine it, check its condition, and see if it might be one of those rare finds that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And remember, coin collecting isn't just about making money, it's about appreciating the history, artistry, and value that these coins represent. Thanks for tuning in to another exciting episode of RFCoins. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos on rare coins, their values, and the fascinating stories behind them. Until next time, happy collecting. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. If you found any cool coins recently, share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your finds. See you in the next video. Today, we're diving deep into a truly fascinating coin that has been making waves in the numismatic world, the 2007 Lincoln cent. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, a 2007 penny? What's so special about that? Well, let me tell you, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Not only does it hold historical significance, but its value has also been on the rise, making it an interesting piece for any serious collector. In today's video, we'll explore the Lincoln penny's history, why the 2007 edition is so valuable, and how its worth is continuing to climb. We'll also look at some mind-blowing market trends, the rare varieties of this penny, and how you can potentially find one that's worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. So, if you want to learn about this seemingly ordinary penny that is actually worth a lot of money, stay tuned. The Lincoln cent, or penny, has been a staple of U.S. currency for over a century. First issued in 1909, the Lincoln cent was introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Its original design featured a bust of Lincoln on the obverse, created by artist Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, it initially featured 2 ears of wheat, symbolizing the country's agricultural roots. This wheat design remained in place until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial. Now, why is the Lincoln cent so important in American history? Well, it symbolizes not only a tribute to the nation's 16th president but also represents the evolution of U.S. coinage over time. Through the years, the penny has undergone various redesigns and changes in composition, but it has remained an essential part of U.S. currency. The 2007 edition marks a particularly interesting point in this history. The 2007 Lincoln cent was part of the United States Mint's effort to celebrate the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. To commemorate this milestone, the Mint released a series of 4 new reverse designs, which depicted key moments in Lincoln's life. These 4 designs replaced the iconic Lincoln Memorial reverse for just 1 year, making the 2007 series a unique and highly collectible batch of pennies. The first of the 4 designs was the log cabin design, which depicts the log cabin where Lincoln was born in Kentucky. This is where the story begins, with a humble cabin, symbolizing Lincoln's roots and rise from a simple log cabin to the White House. It was followed by the formative years design, showing Lincoln reading a book while sitting in a log cabin, emphasizing his love for learning and self-education. The professional life design was the third, featuring Lincoln standing in front of the Illinois State Capitol in Springfield, where he spent much of his adult life. The fourth and final design was the presidency design, featuring an image of Lincoln delivering his famous Gettysburg Address. What makes the 2007 penny stand out from the rest? Well, not only is it part of this limited edition series, but the production of these coins was also affected by the increasing demand for more efficient, cost-effective minting processes. With the rise of production in the U.S. Mint, the 2007 pennies were minted in much larger quantities than most other pennies in U.S. history. But here's the thing, despite the sheer volume of production, certain types of 2007 pennies have become extremely valuable due to their rarity and unique characteristics. The value of the 2007 Lincoln penny. When most people think of a penny, they probably imagine a coin worth just 1 cent, but the 2007 penny is a different story. While most 2007 pennies are still worth just 1 cent, there are a few key varieties and errors that can make them worth much more. For example, the 2007 Lincoln penny with a double die error is one of the most sought-after varieties. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coins shifts slightly during production, resulting in a double impression of the design. If you come across one of these, you could be holding onto a coin worth hundreds of dollars. Another factor that contributes to the value of the 2007 pennies is their rarity. While the 2007 series was minted in high quantities, certain coins have been pulled from circulation due to errors or other factors, creating scarcity in the market. For instance, the 2007 Denver Mint mark coins that feature certain types of errors or specific features are especially valuable to collectors, fetching much higher prices than standard examples. In fact, some 2007 pennies have been sold for as much as $585,342 at auction. That's right, a coin that originally sold for 1 cent can fetch a jaw-dropping amount of money if it has the right attributes. Of course, finding a penny worth that much is rare, but it goes to show just how valuable certain types of 2007 pennies can be. So, how can you spot a valuable 2007 penny? Here are a few tips to help you out. As mentioned, double die errors are among the most sought after for 2007 pennies. If you notice that the lettering or design appears to be doubled or blurred, it could be worth much more than its face value. Sometimes, a die crack can form on the die used to strike the coins, leaving an imperfection on the penny. While not all die cracks are valuable, some rare and large cracks can make a coin significantly more valuable. The mint marks on the 2007 pennies, either D for Denver or P for Philadelphia, can also affect the value. Some mint marks, especially those with rare errors or limited quantities, can increase the coin's value. Like most collectible coins, the condition of the 2007 penny is crucial. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are generally worth more than those that have been heavily worn or damaged. The market for rare coins has been growing steadily over the years, and the 2007 Lincoln cent is no exception. If you're a collector or an investor, now might be the perfect time to dive into the world of rare pennies. As the population of certain 2007 Lincoln pennies with rare attributes continues to decrease, their value will only rise, making them a potentially lucrative investment. In recent years, the market for these coins has experienced significant growth. Coins that were once seen as little more than pocket change are now attracting the attention of serious collectors, dealers, and investors alike. While it's true that most of the 2007 pennies in circulation are still worth just 1 cent, the potential for high-value finds in the future makes them an exciting addition to any collection. So there you have it, the 2007 Lincoln cent is far more than just a penny. From its historical significance to its increasing value, it's a coin that deserves the attention of every collector. Whether you're hunting for rare errors or simply interested in learning more about this fascinating coin, the 2007 Lincoln penny is one you don't want to overlook. Remember to check your pockets, coin jars, and even that jar of loose change sitting in your garage. You might just find yourself holding onto a penny worth far more than you ever imagined. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. If you have any questions or want to share your experiences with finding rare 2007 pennies, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep collecting and keep hunting for those hidden treasures. Today, we have something truly special to talk about, the 2008 Lincoln penny. This seemingly simple, everyday coin might just be worth a lot more than you think. In this video, we're going to dive deep into its history, the reasons it could be worth more than a penny today, and exactly why it's attracting collectors from all over the world. Buckle up, because you're in for a treat. Now, when we think of pennies, we usually think of them as small, insignificant coins that you toss in a jar or leave at the bottom of your wallet. However, not all pennies are created equal. Some hold incredible historical significance, while others have unusual features that make them extremely valuable. The 2008 Lincoln penny is one of those coins. Let's take a closer look at its history, what makes it stand out, and why its value has skyrocketed in recent years. Before we get into the specifics of the 2008 Lincoln penny, let's talk about the history of the Lincoln penny in general. The penny has been around since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. In fact, the image of Abraham Lincoln was the first time a U.S. coin featured a real person, and it marked a shift in coin design that continues today. But as with any great story, there are twists, turns, and, of course, some surprising chapters. The Lincoln penny originally featured a design by Victor David Brenner, with the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. Over time, the coin underwent changes, with a number of different reverse designs. Fast forward to 2008, and this year marked a very significant moment in the history of the penny. Now, let's talk about the 2008 Lincoln penny specifically. In 2008, the U.S. Mint released a series of pennies to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. These were not your typical pennies, they featured a series of special reverse designs to mark this monumental occasion. The year was filled with historical reverence, and these pennies were intended to honor Lincoln's life, leadership, and legacy. 4 different reverse designs were released throughout 2008, each representing a different phase of Abraham Lincoln's life. First, we had the 2008 Lincoln birthplace design, followed by the 2008 log cabin design, the 2008 formative years design, and finally, the 2008 professional life design. Each coin represented a different chapter of Lincoln's incredible journey, and this made them highly collectible among numismatists and history enthusiasts alike. Now, you may be asking, why are these pennies worth more than their face value? Well, there's actually quite a bit of interest surrounding the 2008 Lincoln pennies, and it's not just because of their unique designs. In fact, the 2008 penny has seen a substantial increase in value on the market. Some of these pennies are fetching incredible prices, especially if they are in mint condition or feature rare characteristics like errors in the minting process. One of the main reasons for this increase in value is the rarity of certain 2008 pennies. You see, the U.S. Mint doesn't always get things perfect. Sometimes, errors occur during the production process, and these errors can make certain coins exceptionally rare and valuable. For example, there are reports of 2008 pennies with double dies, which means that the design is stamped twice, creating a distinctive, blurry effect. These coins are highly sought after by collectors and can fetch significant amounts at auctions. Now, let's talk numbers. A typical 2008 penny in average condition might only be worth a couple of cents more than face value. But if you happen to find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you have one with an error, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Some of these rare 2008 pennies have been known to fetch prices of over $50, $100, or even more, depending on their rarity and condition. And it doesn't stop there. Some of the most sought-after 2008 pennies, particularly those with the rare double die error or other minting mistakes, have been known to reach up to $500 or more in the right market conditions. These aren't just your average pennies, they're valuable pieces of history. And collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. So, where can you find these valuable 2008 pennies? The truth is, they're not exactly rare, but the ones that are in exceptional condition or feature rare minting errors can be quite difficult to come by. If you're serious about coin collecting, the best place to start is by checking out your own collection of pennies. You might already have a hidden gem sitting in your coin jar without even realizing it. Remember, condition is key when it comes to the value of a coin. A penny that's been well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear, will command a higher price than one that's heavily circulated and worn down. If you come across a 2008 penny that's been tucked away in a drawer or a box for years, there's a good chance it might be worth more than you think. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 2008 Lincoln penny is one to keep an eye on. Its historical significance, unique design, and potential for rare errors make it a fascinating coin that could be worth a lot more than its face value. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows? You might just stumble upon the next big find. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful or interesting, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below with your thoughts on the 2008 Lincoln penny, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin-related content. As always, happy collecting, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled for hidden treasures. You never know what might be lurking in your pocket or coin jar. Today we're diving deep into a fascinating topic that could potentially make you some money. I'm talking about the 2015 Lincoln penny. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, it's just a penny, how valuable could it really be? Think again. There's much more to this humble coin than meets the eye. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who found a few of these pennies in your spare change, you'll want to stick around because we're going to uncover why the 2015 Lincoln penny is worth way more than its face value of 1 cent. In fact, in today's market, the value of these coins could be worth up to $0.585.332, or more. Let's get into it. First, let's take a step back in time and understand the significance of the Lincoln penny. This coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been circulating in the United States since 1909, and it holds a rich history. Originally introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and it has since become one of the most iconic pieces of American numismatic history. The obverse, or front, of the penny features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse, traditionally, featured a wheat ear design up until 1958. Afterward, the Lincoln Memorial was used until 2009, when the U.S. Mint decided to celebrate the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth by introducing a series of 4 different reverse designs for the year. But here's where the 2015 Lincoln penny comes in. As part of the continued evolution of the coin, the U.S. Mint produced a special series of pennies that year, each designed with a unique touch to honor the great man himself. The 2015 penny continued with the standard portrait of President Lincoln on the obverse, but the reverse design is where the excitement begins. That year marked the final release of the presidential series, Reverse Designs, featuring the Lincoln Memorial. For those who don't know, the Lincoln Memorial has been a hallmark of the Lincoln penny design since 1959. But in 2015, the Mint released the last iteration of this series with a slightly updated and refined depiction of the memorial, giving collectors something to get excited about. Now, you may be wondering, why does a small design change make such a big difference? Well, design changes in the world of numismatics can have a significant impact on a coin's value. For collectors, especially those who are passionate about Lincoln's legacy, the 2015 Lincoln penny holds particular importance as it represents the final chapter of a design that has been part of the American numismatic landscape for over half a century. Beyond just the design, another factor that drives the 2015 Lincoln penny's value is rarity, and in the world of coin collecting, rarity is king. The 2015 pennies, in general, are more common in circulation, meaning they were minted in large quantities. However, what makes certain 2015 pennies especially valuable are the mint errors that can occasionally occur during production. Some of the more notable errors from the 2015 Lincoln penny include center strikes. These errors happen when the penny is not properly aligned during the minting process, leaving part of the design center. Depending on how far center the coin is, it can drastically increase its value. Double dies. This occurs when a coin is struck twice, leaving a blurry or doubled image of the design. A double die error can make a coin highly sought after, as these mistakes are rare and collectible. Die cracks and other variations. Minor cracks or other anomalies in the die used to mint the coin can result in unique coins that are highly prized by collectors. These imperfections often make a coin stand out in a collection and raise its value. The value of the 2015 Lincoln penny today. As we mentioned earlier, the value of this penny can range greatly, depending on factors like its condition, rarity, and any potential mint errors it might have. Circulated 2015 Lincoln pennies. If you've come across a regular, circulated 2015 penny with no mint errors, its value is still very close to its face value, just 1 cent. However, as a piece of modern history, it might hold a sentimental value to some collectors, especially if it's in near mint or uncirculated condition. Uncirculated 2015 Lincoln pennies. If you have a 2015 penny that's in uncirculated condition, it could fetch between 25 cents to 50 cents. This value can rise significantly if the coin is found in pristine, gem-quality condition. RFCoins. This is where things get interesting. If your 2015 penny has a rare mint error, such as an center strike or a double die, its value could soar to a few dollars. For more common mint errors, you could see values range from $5 to $50. However, if you happen to find a major error, such as a double die with a dramatic visual difference, it could potentially be worth hundreds of dollars or more. Some of the rarest 2015 Lincoln pennies have sold for over $100 on auction platforms, especially if they feature well-known errors. And if you think that's impressive, certain unique specimens have been known to fetch upwards of $500 or more. That means you could turn a simple penny into a serious investment. How cool is that? So, how do you identify if your 2015 Lincoln penny is worth more than just a cent? Here are some tips. Look for mint errors. As we discussed earlier, mint errors can drastically increase a coin's value. Pay attention to things like off-center strikes, double dies, or any unusual design features. Check the condition. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. A penny that is well preserved, with no scratches or wear, will always be worth more than one that's been through a lot of circulation. Consider the packaging. Sometimes, the way a coin is stored can affect its value. If you have a 2015 penny that's in its original packaging, such as a special mint set, that could make it even more valuable. Consult a professional. If you're unsure whether your penny is valuable, it's always a good idea to get it appraised by a professional numismatist or to have it graded by a reputable company like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. So, what makes collecting coins like the 2015 Lincoln penny so exciting? Well, the world of numismatics is full of mystery and discovery. You never know what you might find in your spare change or what hidden treasures are waiting to be uncovered. Plus, the thrill of owning a piece of American history, especially one that could have significant value, is what keeps so many people hooked on coin collecting. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned collector, coins like the 2015 Lincoln penny are a great way to build a collection, increase your knowledge of American history, and maybe even make a little money along the way. Conclusion. Alright, folks, there you have it. The 2015 Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin, but with its rich history, unique design, and potential for rare mint errors, it's definitely a penny worth paying attention to. And if you happen to find one that's in mint condition or has a rare error, you might be holding onto something worth much more than its face value. If you've got any 2015 Lincoln pennies in your collection or even in your change jar, take a closer look. You never know, you might have a hidden gem just waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting content about rare coins and their hidden treasures. Keep on collecting, and who knows what you'll find next. See you in the next video.